I don't want to make this too long, but I wanted to speak very briefly about specifically women who victim blame and who coddle and sympathize and protect sexual predators, online sexual predators, women who victim blame and who penalize female victims. And I know that there are male victims, but I'm talking about female victims today because I choose to and because I feel like it. Women who perpetuate this sort of thing, I honestly, and this is going to sound messed up because it is messed up, but I see them no different than the predators, honestly. I see them no different than the predators. I put them in the same category as rapists and child molesters and everything like that. You know, if you're sitting up on panels, whether you're on a panel, whether you're in a chat room, whether you're using your platform to do it, if you're literally taking time out to try to defend the act of a rapist or a child molester or any sort of person who's committed a crime of sexual assault, to me, you're no different than them. You're no different than the people who perpetuate those crimes. You're a part of the problem. You're a huge part of the problem. A huge part of the problem. And I mean like any space, online or offline. But because we live in an era where digital influence is so prevalent, I'm speaking specifically about online spaces. A person coddling, sympathizing with sexual predators, rapists, pedophiles, of any sort of criminal of that kind, of that sort, you're sick to me and you need your head checked out. In many cases, you're actually worse than the predator. You're disgusting, you're repulsive, and you're worse than vomit itself. You're worse than vomit itself. If I had to choose to sit next to a pile of vomit or you, I'd choose a pile of vomit every time. I wouldn't even want my spirit around you. I wouldn't even want you looking at me. I wouldn't even want to breathe the same air that you breathe. It's just a spiritual thing for me. So I wouldn't even want to be near you. And for me, I can say that online or offline. You know, that's just sick, twisted, demented, disgusting, and you need your head checked out. Like, it's a serious, serious issue. I'd hate to be your son or daughter. I'd hate to be your son or daughter. You sound like a sexual predator your damn self. Do you understand that? Like, it's just so sad that we actually have women who will sit online, sit in chat rooms, sit on panels, go to their own platforms defending such sick, repulsive, and vile behavior. It's just sad. But this is the era that we live in, you know. You have women out there that are that desperate and that needy for male validation and male attention that they will throw a victim of sexual assault under the bus for their own personal need and gain of some sort of position in a social hierarchy, in a social group or some kind of cult, whatever you want to call it. Well, at least I can say, and I've been saying this since I've been on YouTube, I stand alone and I've always stood alone. I've never had to hide behind a group. I've never had to beg for attention or validation. People naturally gravitate towards me because I'm just a genuinely authentic person. I'm not trying to be something I'm not. I'm not trying to force myself into a world that I just don't fit in. I'm me, and I love me enough for me, you, and the whole damn world. I don't need friends. I don't need love. I have all of that in my life. And it's just so sad to see people who will defile their own self just for the acceptance and validation of a stranger online who is really laughing at you behind the scene. Like you're really a fool and you don't even understand it. You don't even understand it. So I just wanted to come here and do a short rant about that, because I think it's just very disgusting. I think that these women should be watched. Some of these women have actually created accounts stalking me, cyberbullying me, harassing me, all sorts of things. And they know who they are. Digital forensic scientists exist for a reason. And that's all I'll say about that. But as far as this topic is concerned, some of y'all just need your head checked out. And if I ever had a son or daughter, I'd fight to the death of me to make sure that they never came in even 1 foot of you. I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole in a hazmat suit. Okay? Do you understand that? To me, you're lower than the lowest form of filth. And I don't know how to articulate that. There are no words, at least in the English language, I don't think, that I could really use to convey the thing that I really think of you women who do this sort of thing. You're sick, you're gross, you're disgusting. And to me, you really, really, really need to reconsider. You need to reconsider things. You really need to reconsider. It's just very disturbing. Very disturbing. And I'll just leave it at that. Be well.